Then I'm gonna go with my then with your boy because he's all big. You know, he's like the best little big man. You know, they go back and forth with Isaiah and Allen Iverson, but I'm gonna go with Isaiah Thomas, man.
Okay,
I'm going with
man.
Isaiah Thomas, little big man. He the best little big man, Isaiah Thomas. Then I'm gonna go with. There's so many great players. I'm just trying to pick the guys I like. I'll put on the second group. I'll put like Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone. Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone. How many is that?
One more.
Oh, okay. The beast is old school. I'm gonna do it New York, and you ain't even know this, and you ain't do your research. I'm gonna go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. My high school jersey.
From New York.
No. I'm talking about what I'm about to say. My high school jersey is in the Hall of Fame, along next to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's jersey, Power Memorial jersey. So in my high school jersey, they got a little thing, the whole setup on my jersey and Kareem Abdul jersey. He went to Power Memorial. So my jersey and his jersey is in the Hall of Fame together, high school jersey. So I'm going to go with my man Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Man, that's what's up, man. Hey, you talking about 82-0, man.
Yeah. Those are my guys. Yeah, but I missed some other greats, but those are my guys. You could argue, you could put so many guys in there.
Hey, but you know what? This is the Kenny Anderson all-time great team. This is Kenny Anderson Supreme Court, man. Again, thank you for being on the end of the bench. I really appreciate you taking out the time. I will check out that information. I'm going to shoot that out on Twitter in a little while after we end the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being on. And if you have anything to promote or anything else you want to talk to me about, please feel free to reach out. I would love to have you on anytime. We're on Wednesdays from 7 to 9 and Saturdays from 4 to 6. Or I can even make time for you in the event that you just want to reach out and put some information out there, man. Again, much appreciated. I'm a big fan. I really appreciate it. And for the first time, again, you're a benchwarmer, man. Welcome to the family. Much love.
My man.
Thanks
for having me on.
Peace. All right. And again, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I got 20 minutes. If you guys want to call in, give me your comments, talk about what you heard, and let me know what you thought about the show or what have you. The number 760-888-5753, 760-888-5753. It was wonderful talking to a guy who I came up with, Kenny Anderson, one of the best ball handlers. I didn't get a chance to talk to him about that. He had to cut it short, but hopefully we'll talk to him in the future, and we'll get those things covered. And in the meantime, in between time, we're going to talk about some of the foolishness that's been going on with the NFL. The NFL has absolutely lost its mind today, creating a rule that states that you as a player it is a compromise, which the definition of compromise is everyone is not going to be happy. It is a meeting of the minds, and both people make sacrifices. Part of the sacrifice that was made is the players can't protest anymore the national anthem. They can either stay in the locker room or it looks like they'll be fined or something of that nature. This is a slap in the face to the entire process because, let's be honest, up until like 20 years ago, players stayed in the locker room while you played the national anthem. You did this for money. Now, let's put that little bit of information out there. The NFL did the whole national anthem thing for money. People in the NFL, they were doing their thing to help people enlist in the military. That's why the national anthem. That's why they were getting paid to do that. They were enticing people to join the military, and that's why people out there with the hands over their heart. And then you got guys like Stephen A. Smith saying the players are wrong, and then he's trying to play both sides of the fence. Look, blood, you're going to have to stay on one side of the fence. Straddling the fence, you have to pick a side, blood. And the side that you on seems to be at all times the wrong side of history. But with that being said, it's insane how these people want these people to, look, these men These young men are standing up for people who look like them being murdered in the streets. And if you don't like that, I wonder what's wrong with you. It's not them, it's you. It's crazy how if you stand up for a cause and you get ostracized. That's why I keep saying on my show weekly and on Twitter and anything else, it's amazing how people can watch you be attacked and say, hey, why do you feel like an outsider? Why do you feel unappreciated and things of that nature? Because you have people ignoring the fact that people that look like me, the indigenous people, the original people, are being gunned down in the street. And it makes me think about this statement about this quote from Malcolm X. You stick a knife 6 inches into my back, and you pull it out 3 inches, and you call it progress. I still call it a knife in my back. And that's what it's looking like. You can stay in the locker room and not protest. First and foremost, this is ESPN's fault. I lay this at the feet of ESPN and all mainstream media outlets. The reason I laid it at the floor of ESPN and all the mainstream media outlets is this. You allowed this story to be kidnapped by the President of the United States. You allowed the story to be misconstrued and twisted and turned about and made it an anti-patriot situation. And you didn't do anything about it. If your job is to disseminate the story, disseminate the story. Don't allow the story to get out of control and run wild like a child of the walker. Shout out to Wu-Tang Clan. I had to throw, I got to throw my hip hop code. But you allowed this story to get out of control. You allowed this thing to be wild. You allowed people to take it and run with it in a direction that nobody could ever possibly thought it was going to go into. This is about people that look like me and people in my community being gunned down, unarmed young black men, people in my community being gunned down, because we're not black. I'm not even going to go into that, but we're not black. I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, people in my community being gunned down, unarmed, armed, and for no reason at all. We keep seeing videos. We keep seeing phone videos of people getting harassed and beat up and things of that nature, and you act as if you don't know what's going on. NFL, you are definitely losing in regards to this, and if you think people in my community are going to continue to support your product and act like you've done something for them, I'm not going to be able to do under no circumstance, because this is pure foolishness, it's tomfoolery, and I'm over it at this point. Like I tweeted out today, if you really want to do something about it, hey, tell you what, don't start watching NFL. Keep watching. But what you do, how you combat this, people in my community, is you take all the information that you see. You watch a football game for the first 3 weeks of the season. And everybody who supports and who has a commercial on the NFL game, you write it down. And you don't buy one of those products. If you go to Walmart, only go get bare necessities, tissue. And they don't go, as Kenny stated, don't get any wants. Just go there for needs. Start buying needs and get your wants in other places. If you see a Miller High Life commercial, make sure you don't drink that beer. Even if it's your favorite beer, find another beer that you like it, that's palatable. If you like potato chips, there are other potatoes, J's and Lay's and things of that nature. There are other potato chip companies out there. Because, see, when you start hitting people in their pockets, they start listening to you. They start listening to you get things done. See, all the protests and the things of that nature, let's not get into that. Let's just keep our money in our pockets. Again, Nicole Kenny Anderson. Stop doing wants and start doing needs. And if you start doing needs, people will come to you. That's the thing. When people start addressing you and not your community, or you're overreacting, or, then when they act like you're crazy, then they have a leg to stand on. Speaking of a leg to stand on, one of the legs that somebody don't have to stand on since we're in NFL is Tom Brady. Tom Brady is Carl Thomas. And anybody who knows Carl Thomas' hit album was emotional. Tom Brady, look, man, how are you upset that you were going to be treated as other big-time superstars at your age is treated? Sports. Again, the quote Kenny Anderson, you're not old for life, but you're old for sports. 41 years old. Look, man, your days, you have more touchdowns behind you than in front of you. And if Bill Belichick is going to trade you, all you have to do is go out there and perform, and and it made it impossible for you to be traded. Thing is, it's awful strange that you don't want to leave the Patriots. You just want to run the Patriots. See, if this is Odell Beckham, he's a distraction. He's a detriment to the team. But Tom Brady isn't. Odell Beckham is at non-mandatory training camp. Tom Brady isn't. Why isn't Tom Brady? Why haven't we heard the word distraction while talking about Tom Brady? Why have we heard the word distraction when we're speaking about Rob Gronkowski? They're holding out. Last time I checked, call me crazy for having a solid memory, but Tom Brady, you stood up in front of the world and said, hey, here's the situation. Super Bowls are won in OTAs, organized team activities. Off-season, Super Bowls are won then. So if Super Bowls are won in off-season, and now all of a sudden you care about your family. Bro, you didn't just get married last week. You've been married for a while. You got kids walking around talking. Your wife's been trying to get you out of the league for at least 3 years that I know of publicly. But now all of a sudden you're the family man. You're the family guy. You can't come to OTA, but you're right down the street at another facility getting worked on. What happened to getting the team in order? You don't have the same wide receivers. You don't have the same running back. You don't have the same offensive line. What about this off-season work that makes Super Bowls? Tom, you are a cog in a machine that's going to keep running, even if they're smart, they'll even keep that machine running after Mr. Belichick is gone. They'll keep that blueprint in place. And, look, you are a vital cog. You are the transmission. You are the motor to that car. But at the end of the day, you keep a car long enough, you're going to replace the motor. You might have to replace the motor. You might have to replace the transmission, just like you can replace the tires, the brakes, the oil, and every other piece that goes along with that car. You are not above the NFL. The NFL, they make you wear masks for a reason because they don't want you to be popular. They want the game to be popular. This isn't like basketball where you can look LeBron in his face. You can look Michael Jordan in his face. You can look Carmelo, LeBron, Kenny Anderson, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Johnson, so forth and so on in their face. You can see those things. So, yo, blood, I don't know what your deal is, and I don't really care what it is, but I know the media needs to step up and start saying you're a distraction and you're the problem. With that being said, welcome to the end of the bench. What's your name? What you want to talk about?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Anthony Aquarius, man. Just checking in on you.
What's good, Anthony Aquarius? It's always good to hear from you, brother. What's poppin', Daddy?
Yeah, man. I'm put in a few for KDA too, man. It's a business, good business. But this NFL announcement, you know what? It's time for the players, the other players, to start stepping in and doing something too as well, B.
I agree.
Because how is all these cats silent? But we as a public, yeah, we can protest and do whatever. And I like your idea as far as with the actually protesting the sponsors.
Right.
But
you supporting the oppression.
Players to say, you say what?
They supporting the oppression.
But it's time for the players to step up and say something, man. Something, man. When I read that this morning, well, actually I should have been working, but if my supervisor listening,
that's another. Yeah, that's another fight. Your supervisor don't listen in to the bench, man. I hope he do, but tip him if he do.
But yeah, man, it's time for the players to step up and do something. It's getting ridiculous, man. Because then there was another report that came out where it was a league source saying that the league is terrified of Donald Trump. Like, come on, man! You changing You already making the product almost unwatchable with all these flags y'all throwing, and you can't do this.